Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. They do mean the world to me. This is a broad spectrum, all signs collective forecast, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean that anything's broken or wrong. It just might mean that this is not your reading today. It's originally created for Thursday, August 3rd, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, but it makes sense to your current situation, by all means utilize the reading, right? I do believe that readings have a way of finding us when we need them rather than when they were originally created for. So don't get caught up in the date. If the message makes sense, take it. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily or weekly videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using currently in the reading, how to follow me on social media, either at my Instagram or my Facebook business page. If you're interested in a private reading, you would need to message me at either of those two places. Please note that I will never instigate or message you directly to sell you a reading. So if anybody were to do that, they would probably be an imposter and not me. So just keep that in mind. Also, there's easy ways to support the channel. You can do so first and foremost by watching the video in its entirety. That helps the YouTube algorithm for me. Hitting the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content, subscribing to the channel if you're new, and hitting the notification bell. I do put up daily readings, so it will notify you. And sharing the video out and leaving me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of that stuff. So let's see what's going on with these cards. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, so if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see in this reading, I'm usually referring back to that reading, and that populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video, so you can check that out too. So it is Thursday, August 3rd. What do the cards want us to know? We've just been through the full moon in Aquarius. The moon is now entering into Pisces. We will still be feeling some of that full moon release energy, for a few days after the full moon. It was beautiful. I went out and stood under it last night. But Pisces can also be very emotive, reflective, energy too. And so coupled with that full moon energy, if we're in introspection, if we're in reflection, completely okay, especially with all the planets being retrograde. So don't judge yourself. Let's get into these cards and see what they want us to know. So we have the Page of Wands. I'm not mad at him. Wands is fire and the element of, fire and spirit, basically. Pages can be message bearers, right? They're room for learning, essentially, in my mind. They're the youthful card of the court card. So they're there to expand, to learn, to figure things out, to be taught, right, by either the universe, by the situations around us. They oftentimes, in my opinion, think a little bit creatively, and especially the Page of Wands, because he is fire, he's going to be about taking a little bit of more action than the other pages. With pages, there's always, like I said, an opportunity for growth. We saw yesterday's reading had that Ace of Pentacles. If we're being offered something new, a new path, this is the time to take it, is my feeling. The Page of Wands isn't going to let sort of like fear stop him. He's going to take the initiative or the excitement of the newness of everything and start to move forward, to take action. Wands can oftentimes mean travel, right? And I think of travel kind of loosely as far as steps forward, even in new ways, right? And with the Page's energy, it's about not only steps in new ways, but also being open to learning in the moment and being very present. I feel like the Pages can be very present-minded because they're open to what's being taught to them or shown to them, or the newness of the situation, opportunity, or decision that's at hand. Underpinning this from the Sunday reading, I just want to double check, but I believe it's the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands coincides nicely with this Page of Wands, because the Nine of Wands is about taking our past experience and what we've been through and what we've completed and using it to our advantage, right? That wisdom, that knowledge, that deep soul learning. Putting it to our advantage and then sort of setting up the new chapter and taking some of what we've learned and moving forward, not only with that, but also being willing to learn more, or willing to, take our past experience and not necessarily repeat it, is my feeling, right? And the page is going to be open to new ideas, new thoughts, new desires, new opportunities. I have to say this funny thing though, with this holographic deck, every card appears to have like a sun on it. Like, do you see that? That sun is the light off of the holograph. So I think, and yesterday we had a sun in the Ace of Pentacles that was actually a light off of the holograph. I couldn't tell because I was looking at it through the camera. But I kind of like that all of these suns are showing up on the cards from the reflectiveness of the cards, only because we are in Leo season in August, and the sun always represents, light being shed on things, realizations coming to be or coming to pass. And we have so much moon energy happening right now. It's almost like the moon is, or the full moon is maybe illuminating the sun during the day so that we can see our decisions, make our plans, take action, be open to learning, and getting excited about it, right? Finding some fun with it, exploring it, being open to change, not necessarily being stuck in old patterns. That Nine of Wands is going to allow us to not be stuck, because those old patterns, experiences, or challenges that we face that we've gotten beyond have educated us in some way, and they did serve a purpose. So as long as we embrace them and use that education or those experiences to our advantage, this page is kind of, in my feeling, set up for success. So let's go to the Moonology manifestation card and see what that is. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Again, another full moon card in an earth sign. We had 2 days ago, right prior to the full moon, we had full moon in Taurus, detoxify. This take inspired action would be the page, right? There's an excitement to the pages. There's an exuberance, a youthfulness, a energy or a joie de vivre to them that we want to explore, look at our options, remain open to possibility. And this taking inspired action in Virgo, Virgo follows Leo, right? And so as we're in Leo season, it's all that action of, say, this Page of Wands. Virgo, the sign of Virgo, or Virgo's upcoming Virgo season, will help us to ground some of the more, how do I want to put this? Will help us to ground some of the more inspired energy that we might be chasing, pursuing, or taking action on right now. So Virgo's asking us, come on, while in Leo season, during this full moon in Aquarius, let's release what we need to release, let it go, and start something new, and be inspired by that start of something new, right? We have the energy here of both that sort of the sun and the moon. And do you notice when I put the moon card behind it, it shifted the focus of this sun upward? Am I wrong in that? It looks like the sun went upward. So the sun is rising in the east, my friends. And that means to me that, it's easier to see maybe our goals or where we want to be if we take this inspired action, if we move wholeheartedly, fully in faith. In that's some of the full moon energy too. There's a certain amount of faith of the release of whatever it is that we've been dealing with, whether it's positive or negative. We release it to the universe and let it, transform, change, and thus we transform and change. And this page is going to welcome that change in the sense that, like I said, they're open to learning, they're open to exploring, this page especially is open to it. Extremely excited by it, right? He's the page of spirit, essentially. So there could be a deep desire within us to create this change, shift this way of being or what we've been doing, and move towards something new. Let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Three of Pentacles, so there's success and collaboration, sharing our ideas, bringing our own special sauce to the situation or to whatever we have at hand, grounding it also with the Pentacles energy, pairs nicely with this full moon in Virgo, but putting practical, the page is about action, but the Pentacles are about practicality, dependability, right, and discernment. And so we might find ourselves consulting with others in some of our more youthful ideas of new beginnings, go for it, because they may have some insight for us in how to help better create it, ground it, and make it more real. We have the Page of Wands again. Double Page of Wands. Be inspired, guys. Get excited. Remain teachable. Think about new opportunities. Whatever it is we have let go of in this cycle, or whatever it is we've been contemplating letting go, it's okay to let it go, or maybe we don't, I don't want to say, well, with this full moon in Virgo, I do think we need to let it go, because full moons are about release, but for some of us, it might just be moving in a different direction, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to let go of the previous direction we were in, but as we move towards something new, whatever it is that we're moving away from might just stay as it is, or where it is. We're not causing any harm by being inspired in our life, by looking to our future and seeing what inspires us and where we want to be. This card here says, take inspired action. This Page of Wands wants to do just that. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Now, she pairs very nicely with both Page of Wands, because swords and wands are complementary. Air feeds fire, which is the Queen of Swords. Fire, consumes air, which is the Page of Wands. The Queen of Swords is looking to the future from a more logical perspective. She'll be the map maker. She is a queen, right? She's in charge, but she's also intuitive. She's not the most intuitive of queens. This Queen of Swords is going to honor logic over anything else, right? But she's connected still to that intuition and emotions, because she is a queen. So she's sensing how she feels, but she's looking for the logical, practical answer in all of this. The fastest way, out is through, is kind of this sort of interesting message that I'm getting. And I feel like she is looking to the future going, okay, this is the map we're going to make. This is the creation we're going to create. And I'm going to send this page out to take this route and to learn. Remember, we saw that golden path in the Sunday reading of starting with the Knight of Pentacles. We are smarter and more aware in all of this. The Queen of Swords would indicate that too. Some of us could be dealing with an air sign or fire signs with both of these pages and this queen here, right? Air would be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, which the full moon was just in Aquarius. And then the fire signs are Aries, Sag, and Leo. But I will say this, and we are in Leo season, right? And again, they pair nicely. So this queen does have a really high BS meter, right? So she's going to see through other people's untruths, let's say, even if those people believe those truths. The question is are they true for us as the queen, right? Yesterday we did see the Seven of Swords, and that is a sort of an untruth, a lie, a cheat, a steal, or something that's not being fully revealed to us. I feel like this queen has showed up here today to kind of rectify that, or find clarity around that and move forward, especially with both of these pages being present. And forward with, like I said, again, an open mind in collaboration towards success. And the grounding stone for the week, guys, is clarity. So this Queen of Swords is going to produce that. She's going to value that clarity. She's going to seek that clarity. Did we see her in Sunday's reading? I feel like we did we not? We did not. Okay. It's just the word clarity was there. There was a lot of Pentacles energy, but that Seven of Wands was there too in the clarifiers from Sunday. So we are dealing with clearing some untruth out, whether it's our own as situations or someone else's. It's time to release it and let it go. Allow yourself to detoxify and get inspired about new beginnings. Here's the grounding stone, all glittery and beautiful. Ground in our own peace, the peace of our own truth, the peace of our own inspiration, the peace of our own excitement towards what it is we're moving towards. I like the color of this stone because it does kind of combine nicely with the red tights of the Page of Wands and sort of that, I don't know, that cloth that's hanging behind the Queen's head, right? Keeping a clarity of purpose towards our sense of peace and what brings us peace is going to be key today, and clearing the path to head towards that and being inspired by that path. Use, our own wisdom from past experience to move us forward and be open to collaboration with others towards success. I hope that makes sense. You guys have to figure out where it fits in your life. Please hit the thumbs up button, share the video out, leave me a question or comment, follow my Instagram and my Facebook business page, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.